In today's world of easy access to life's necessities, it's easy to forget how quickly these can become inaccessible. Food, water, shelter, fire are all basic requirements to sustain human life. But what happens when these become inaccessible? Basic survival becomes priority, and being prepared for this situation is paramount. As a boy, like most of my buddies, I was a Boy Scout. And in the Boy Scouts, we learned many useful tips and tricks on how to survive in Mother Nature. Be prepared is the Boy Scout motto, and ever since my first Swiss Army knife at the age of 8, this has been my creed. Today I'd like to focus a little bit on how to prioritize and prepare for a survival emergency, as well as for a few things that you can throw inside of a pack for your car or for your home in case of a survival emergency. The first thing you want to focus on in a survival emergency is protection from extreme hot and extreme cold. Exposure to the elements is the #1 cause of death in a survival emergency, according to the Outdoor Life Survival Skills Manual. One thing that you can do to make sure that you're out of the elements is to pack an 8x10 foot tarp and 100 feet of 550 paracord in a pack. This will help you put a roof over your head, and it will also help you provide some shade from the sun. Now, prolonged exposure to these elements is going to lead to dehydration, and dehydration is the #2 cause of death in a survival emergency. According to the Outdoor Life Survival Manual, one thing that you can do to prevent against that is to have a life straw or water purification tablets. Now, these are great to make undrinkable water drinkable, but they do have expiration dates and limited usage. So in a survival emergency, you're going to need fire to boil the water. Fire can also help keep you warm against extreme cold in a survival situation. Now, what I like to do for this is carry a box of floor matches in a waterproof container with some cotton swab tinder dipped in Vaseline in order to have prolonged burning, which will help your fire take off. Now, the last thing you need to concern yourself with in a survival emergency is food. I know that sounds weird, but it is the last of your concerns. It is still a concern, however, because prolonged exposure to hunger will lead to poor judgment and will also lead to lack of energy and will make it harder to get out of your emergency situation. And one thing you want to do to prevent against that is carry some of these freeze-dried meals in here. This one is lasagna with meat sauce, and all you do is add hot water to this, and it makes up for a meal, gives you calories, make sure you keep your energy up and keep your wits about you. Wrapping up this tutorial, I hope I've sparked some sort of interest in being prepared for a survival emergency. I'd also like to point out that everyone's odds of ending up in a survival emergency are different, so each individual needs to be prepared differently. I'd like to thank you all for coming out here today, and I'd like to point out one final point here about preparedness here. It is better to have stuff like this and not need it than to need this kind of stuff and not have it. So once again, I'd like to thank you for your time today, and thank you all for coming out.